diving headfirst into Lubbock Cooper athletics. You're listening to the Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back in. We're going to wrap up this Wednesday edition of the High School Fan Zone talking Lubbock Cooper softball. The Lady Pirates fell down to earth a little bit. Mm-hmm. They started out 6-0 in district, lost the last two, but you lost the two to, was it to Amarillo High and Monterey?
Yes, sir.
So those are the teams you're going to be wrestling with rest of district play. So you get to get them again. So,
yes, sir. Because
I think you tweeted it, or somebody, your social media person, that was the end of round one.
Yep.
Now it's time to get up for round two. So
yes, sir.
Just like a boxer, you got to get up and keep fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Despite that, Lady Pirates are having a very good season. They're coming off of a historical season, and the two girls between me and Brenon Rhodes on my far left is Lubbock Cooper first-year softball coach. The two young ladies between us were part of that last year. We're still very, very early in the season. It always surprises me that we're still in March, and y'all have so much left to do.
Yeah.
Introduce yourselves real quick, ladies, so they know you by voice and by on
I'm
TV.
Lainey.
I'm McKenna.
McKenna Garcia and Lainey Gibson. I know you don't have multiple McKennas because I don't think I've ever heard that name before. And I don't think you have multiple Lainey's. I think Trevor Burkhead's the one who told me in soccer they had about 3 or 4 of the same girls. I just mentioned this to Chad Reynolds. Another coach said that his baseball team had a couple of unicorns. You got a couple of unicorns right here. These are very unique softball players. Lainey, McKenna, you may be the same way. I'm going to tell your story a little bit.
Okay.
You played baseball until you were 13 or 14, and could have played baseball. Mm-hmm. Right. Said who was Jaden Smith at Monterey. Mm-hmm. It's a different world, Brennan. I'm sure you would have hated to have lost Lainey because she's your shortstop, 3-hole, or cleanup. You know, Coach Baker doesn't here. He's got plenty of players. So. Let's talk about the 6-0 start to district for both you girls. What did you guys do well to kind of get some momentum going that got you to 6-0? Had you feeling pretty good?
I would say just starting early, like especially against Caprock, that worked well for us. We scored, 16 runs was a lot, but the first inning, it was the first 6 batters got on base and all 6 of them scored, I'm pretty sure. Like starting off the game, scoring 6 runs is what helped us build that momentum, like to keep going through the game, and like it brought a positive mindset on defense, and just knowing that our hitting can back up. Like if we make a mistake, it's okay, our hitting is there, and just like being like trusting in our abilities and knowing that we can score a lot of runs, and our defense is good as well.
What about you, McKenna? What had you guys going so well?
We did a really good job of passing the bat. Like all 9 of us passed the bat, and again that Caprock game, like we scored like 6 runs in the first inning, and then our defense was super sharp, and I think our pitching, we found like Tatum Southard, like she definitely found her way in pitching, and she's helped us out a lot.
She was the one soccer girl, right? No,
okay. Sutton Wilson.
Okay, I knew it was one of the two that you had. All right, so I'm going to make Coach answer the hard one here. 6-0, lost to Monterey and lost to Amarillo High. Now, full disclaimer, those are 2 really good teams. Was it you guys not doing things as well, or was it just them doing some things a little bit better against you?
Honestly, it was a little bit of both. Against Monterey, we got behind, got punched in the mouth, and just could never get back into a rhythm, get back into rolling into how we know how to play and how to hit. And then kind of same thing with Amarillo High. Like we didn't get in a hole. Like it was 0-0 going to the 4th. And then they got a home run, and then it was kind of, they didn't stop fighting. It was just, things didn't fall our way that game.
Up there or here?
Amarillo High was here.
Okay, because I was going to say, I've covered games up there. I'm not sure anybody has more of a wind advantage than Amarillo High because of where their park's at and the way it sits. They know it's like they're golfers. They know exactly where to put the ball to get it to fly. So you guys have a little bit of experience up there. You went up there and beat them in the playoffs last year or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
in Monterey, and my guy that covered the game for me, he's fairly new to Lubbock, and he was asking about what to look for. And I said, I'm going to make some people mad, I'm sorry. That's the best softball rivalry in Lubbock, Texas right now. It's just been, there's a little bit of spice. You all have gone back and forth in the playoffs, and they know how to play their home field. They're very good on their home field. They always have been since Coach Cronk's been there. They know how to play, and they get great crowds there. They get people. That's, to me, I'm going to use the boxer analogy again. When you and Monterey play, both of you are going to knock each other down. You just got to get up and keep fighting, so you'll get another shot at them. What 6-2, and you didn't play last night. What have practices been like? Let's let you two talk about that. You don't like to lose, but you won those 6, you lose the 2. What have practices been like?
Well, even in those 2 losses, our defense has been the strongest it's ever been. Like, so strong. We've been catching the balls in no man's land. We've been making the backhanded plays. Our pitchers have come through. They've figured out their routine. So the last 2 days, we've been nonstop hitting, and I can see the difference. We're starting to drive the ball. Well, we were kind of frustrated in our 2 losses. We were popping up the ball, just kind of trying to do too much. And this week, we've just focused on getting back to the top, staying simple, not overswinging, not doing too much, and yeah, that's all.
The past 2 practices, we have focused on hitting and especially working oppo, because we want to pull everything, and we just need to be on time. And we've been trying to see different pitching, seeing live pitching, and then both of our coaches hitting to us too. So it's been really good the past 2 days.
I called this up because I want to make sure I get this name right. Monterey's got a really good freshman pitcher. Is it Jade Calantis? Is that how you say it? That was something that I think you guys maybe had an advantage over Monterey last year. They'd lost Anais, and they were in transition. Is that y'all? Have you played with Jade in the past? You've hit against her before, or was this the first time?
We have some teammates that have played with her, but Mac and I haven't played with her.
So it's fairly new. So we'll kind of follow up on that when we come back. We're coming up on our first break. We'll be back and talk more Lady Pirate softball after this break on the High School Fan Zone.
Your inside look into Lubbock Cooper sports. This is the Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back in. This is the Pirate/Lady Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I'm Randy Rosetta. We are talking Lubbock Cooper softball, but I want to go back through this because Brenon just mentioned this, that their schedule may be changing tomorrow, because I know the 4A teams in town have already adjusted District 5 4A. I'm going to go ahead and say all 6 games because I've not heard differently. All baseball and all softball scheduled for Friday is now Thursday, tomorrow, which means in baseball, let me find it here. Big Spring at Estacado, that's softball. This is softball, 5-4A softball. Big Spring at Estacado, 5 p.m. now Thursday. Memorial at Liberty, 5 p.m. Thursday. I need to reach out to Adrian Holland to see about this. Levelland at San Angelo Lakeview, it says 6:30, but I'm going to check on that. In baseball, Big Spring at Estacado is at 7 p.m. Thursday now. Liberty at Lakeview, 7 p.m. Memorial at Levelland, 7 p.m. And that's all wind-related, Brennan said. It's supposed to be wind here or down there or everywhere?
It's probably everywhere.
Well, we live in West Texas, so get a little bit used to it. Right now, your schedule is Friday.
Yes.
But you said that is this a Friday, Saturday weekend for your girls?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that starts to get kind of, you don't mind playing back-to-back because that's what you got to do in the playoffs, but also you get to this point, and is it District 3 5A that the rule is you've got to keep trying to play the next day if something gets weathered out?
And they made a rule change now to where weather-related, if we see it coming, we can bump it ahead if we catch it in time. So,
which you're still young, so younger coaches are more cognizant of that. Y'all know how to look for stuff. Some of the older coaches are like, nah, let's go.
Yeah,
they just want to get on the ship and go right into the choppy waters. So, y'all mind playing in wind? You grew up in West Texas. Wind's no big deal, is it?
We're used to it.
What about coaches?
No, I mean,
you have to learn to coach and win, though. Yours is not a sport, and I mentioned at the Amarillo High, you got to understand that there's advantages that you're going to have.
It's not necessarily the playing in the wind; it's the getting to the field in the wind and driving on the bus in the wind, because that can get pretty hairy. So,
is Coach a pretty good driver?
Yeah. Yeah. Him and Coach Carnell flip on and off.
Does Coach Baxter travel with you guys much?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
That dude, he's built like Popeye, so I would put him in charge of driving, because he's going to be all right. He's probably made a few road trips in his time. He's going to hate it when I say this. I knew him as a baseball coach, and until y'all get the nice version of Terry Baxter, until I got back to Lubbock, I'd never seen the dude smile, and he was a great baseball coach, so it worked. I've seen Coach Brenon smile a few times, so he's got a different style.
A little bit.
We're getting way off track here. If you've got games stacked up Friday and Saturday. You know you're going to hit. Both of them have talked about that. You're playing good defense. Pitching-wise, where are you guys? Who are the girls that are leading you there in the circle?
Tatum Southard, I'd say she's our number one right now, and then Randa Brown. She's a junior, and she's come a long way this year, and she's really stepped up a lot this year for us, and earned a lot of trust too for us to use her. So,
because I mentioned Monterey had a new pitcher. I know Tatum played last year, but neither one of them's through. Those are two fairly new names in the circle, at least for you. For you two, you both talked about knowing you were going to hit. How important is it now that your pitchers keep getting better and better as we get later into the season, start to get towards the playoffs a little bit?
I think it's very important because we have to face Amarillo High and Monterey again, and our pitching has been good. We need them to stay on top and I really think Randa's done a good job of growing this year, and her being on JV last year and her being on varsity this year, she's had to jump like her mindset, and I think we'll definitely need all of our pitchers like the further we get in district and then playoffs.
That's different than the last few years, because you had Brooklyn, who was the jack of all trades, Lozano. You knew somebody could go out there and get outs for you, if you could get enough runs. But now you need to almost think the other way around, which from your freshman year, that can work. How good is this offense? You're a big part of it. You've kind of talked about it. How good is this offense and able to do that?
It's nice knowing that our offense is really good, because at the beginning of the season our defense struggled a little bit, and we've figured that out. And so our offense, we have a lot of power hitters, I will say that. And we're starting to incorporate the small ball, and it's working in our offense in our favor, moving the runners over, and then we get our power hitters up, we can score them. But it's nice knowing that our offense is very strong.
I bet Coach enjoys writing the lineup card. Let's put it that way. Coming up on this last break, we'll be back to talk more Lubbock Cooper softball in the Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score.
Diving headfirst into Lubbock Cooper athletics. You're listening to the Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back in. We've got one more segment. I'm going to say it one more time, though. All District 5 4A games scheduled for Friday are now Thursday. So if you're a fan of Estacado Memorial, Liberty, Levelland, Lakeview, Snyder, I think I got everybody. Those games are Thursday night, scattered all over West Texas. There may be some changes in the other schedule. I'll give a quick little plug. You can check HubCityPreps.com. I'll make sure I update that. Either the site or social media. I will make sure I get that information out there, because you don't want people not showing up at your games. Y'all get people at your games. Your games are entertaining. We just talked about it. Throw out a shout out to your dads there, because you guys have two of the more passionate dads there are. So
I'm gonna give a shout out to my mom. She's the loudest softball mom I know, and she's always cheering us on, though.
That's good.
And my dad's just silently there,
but supportive. Yep.
Hey, Dad. Love you. I know you're listening, but thanks for being loud.
Yes, I will say Mr. Gibson is not a wallflower, and I've known him for a few years, going back to Holt. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. And y'all know I'm a 2-time girl dad, so y'all got to give shout-outs to Dad. So, but you guys have support because you've built a program. Coach has been a part of that. Coach Colwell is a part of that. That's important. I didn't realize that until we were just talking about that. You're in your first year. It's not maybe a rebuild because you've been there as an assistant coach, but there are a lot of players that are playing varsity for the first time. It's important to have good teammates. It's important to have coaches that know them. It's important to have those folks in the stands who are there to make the good noise, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have, I guess, a younger team this year with only 3 seniors and what we say 6 juniors, and 4 of them have played varsity, but then 1 sophomore that's played varsity, and then a freshman. So it's a younger team, but they know how to compete. So,
well, and I say this every time you put that black and red on, you sort of have some expectations. Lainey, you were a freshman varsity player. That's not easy, is it?
Not at all.
So what's your advice? Who's the freshman this year?
Her name's Lindley Loon.
Oh, the catcher. So not only is she a freshman, you're throwing her right into the fire there. What's your advice been to her as far as just be you?
It's just been straight encouragement because, I mean, Mac knows it too, what it's like being a freshman on varsity. And it's not easy. And so just remembering, like, back 2 years ago how I felt and just remembering to encourage her more but also like having a little bit of constructive criticism in there as well.
Because you had a freshman that played early last year, and I think she's playing a lot now.
Rayla. Yeah. So she played really a lot for us last year, and then she hurt her knee at the end of the year and didn't get to finish out the season. So because she caught a little bit last year too. But with her knee injury, she wasn't able to do that this year. So now she's playing third every day for us. So
because she made you guys a little bit more versatile last year because you could move Lydia around. Your coach, you didn't coach JV. You were varsity assistant, so you knew those girls when they were younger, but you're not hands-on with them as much as you are now. What's it been like as a first-year coach to get used to those young kids and understanding there's a lot of there's a range of emotions and maturity?
Yeah, I mean, I was varsity assistant, but I was also helping with JV at the same time. I still had to coach first base for JV as well, and our practices are intertwined anyways, so I had a lot of hands-on stuff with them, and I'm kind of used to the wide range of emotions of it. So.
And I'm going to say that I'm going to throw you some praise here because I think it's really cool that you coach football and you coach softball because you get the best of all worlds. You're dealing with those, again, girl dad. So y'all, girls are easier to coach. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I don't have sons, so I can't say that they've been easier to raise, but every coach I've ever talked to that coaches boys and girls both will say, girls accept coaching, they take what we say and they go do it. Boys kind of give you the look like, whatever. I'm going to do it my way until I can't. So has it been kind of cool? It's 3, 4, how long?
This will be my 5th year with girls.
So and you're a brand new dad, so you get to see both sides of that as well. So
yep, they're preparing me for sure.
Good luck with that. Nothing really prepares you that much. If Lubbock Cooper plays, it's 5 p.m. Friday at home or up there?
It'll be 6:30 on Friday.
Friday at home, if that doesn't change. Again, check HubCityPreps.com. I'll get you up to date on all the changes. That's going to wrap us up. We'll be back Monday in the High School Fan Zone. I'm Randy Rosetta. This is 100.7 The Score.